Happy Chinese New Year! Feel free to pause this video, grab your favorite orange, and come listen to Thailand News Update with me. In today's news, the rebooted Test and Go officially starts today. Authorities reject Warner Brothers Productions' request to film in Thailand, and extreme Phuket taxi fees exposed on TikTok. All that and more coming up. An auspicious date in the region today for three reasons. Firstly, it's Chinese New Year, not an official public holiday as we welcome the year of the Tiger, but certainly well celebrated by Thailand's huge Thai Chinese community, and the rest of the country usually joins in. This year, the bigger celebrations have been muted by the COVID situation, but there will certainly still be plenty of life in and around Chinatown in Bangkok tonight, as well as other parts of the country. It's also the first day of the Test and Go reboot, now widely nicknamed Test and Go, then Test Again. The reworked Test and Go entry program to come to Thailand at this time allows fully vaccinated travelers to arrive, but with a Day 1 and Day 5 requirement for a prepaid SHA Plus hotel book and PCR test. There are also sandbox options and packages available, and for unvaccinated travelers, you can still do the full 10-day quarantine. And more ominously, it's the first anniversary of the Burmese coup when the military junta swept to power, pushing aside the elected government in Myanmar and arresting Aung San Suu Kyi and other members of the government. Since then, it's been a brutal 12 months as the Tatmadaw, the Burmese army, have taken up arms against the civilians and suppressing dissent. The result is thousands dead in various skirmishes around the country and a Southeast Asian country in turmoil, cutting itself off from the rest of the region. From 9 a.m. this morning Thai time, the revised Test and Go program start. The Thailand Pass website will again be accepting registration for the program, which provides, for now, the easiest way to get back into Thailand. But the rebooted Test and Go, originally launched on November 1st last year, has drawn long streams of derision from tourists and potential travelers because of the added day of testing and accommodation on Day 5, which adds additional costs and risks for travelers. Meanwhile, the Philippines and Cambodia have plans to reopen with a much lower list of restrictions, although the lack of international flights into both countries at the moment will add challenges for travelers wanting to find alternatives to Thailand. If you've been to Phuket, you've probably paid way too much for a taxi. Fares are routinely 2 to 3 times what you'd pay anywhere else in Thailand. Now, one Thai traveler has had enough, claiming a Phuket taxi driver ripped him off by charging a fare of 600 baht and even got police involved to sort out the situation. He filmed the confrontation with the police and the taxi driver, posting the video on Facebook. He started to book through both Bolt and Grab, but when the drivers found he was heading to Patong Beach, he refused the fare because they were afraid of taxi gangs that rule the island's transport. So the traveler and his girlfriend then decided to hail a taxi, but the driver wanted 600 baht, much higher than the 168 baht fare listed on Bolt. The trip was around 12 kilometers from Cafe Del Mar in Kamala to a hotel near Patong Beach. In the video, the man, who appears to be the driver, yells that the fare is 600 baht. He added that he wasn't scared of the police, daring the customers to call and saying that the police are his friends. After talking with the police, officers called the driver to the situation. Reports say that the driver insisted that 600 baht was the standard price and that no one forced the traveler to use his service. The traveler is the son of a well-known dentist who has a large following on TikTok, so his post drew a lot of attention on Thai social media. Many commented, saying that they've had similar situations in Phuket. Phuket officials reviewed taxi rates in July of last year after some tourists under the Sandbox, or the island's pilot reopening program, reported the extortionately high taxi prices on the island. The request to film the horror shark film Meg 2 has been rejected by authorities in the southern province of Krabi over environmental concerns. The foreign film producer for the Netflix movie had requested to shoot scenes at 3 beaches in the province along the Andaman coast, including a jet ski rescue mission scene, Riley Beach, and a helicopter landing at the quiet Tonson Beach just next to Riley. Deep Blue Productions, under Warner Brothers, had requested to film in Krabi's Phra Nang, Tonsai, and Riley beaches from April 16 to May 9th and build a set near the Shell Sea Resort in the province's Mueang district. The main issues were the helicopter and jet ski scenes, which violate the conditions and rules of the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment. Krabi's governor also said that travelers and even the authorities are not allowed to use jet skis, scooters, boats, banana boats, parasailing, or even beach umbrellas at the beaches. He said that the film might present the wrong image of the location to the audience. Another reason for the disapproval was the filming period, which is almost a month. The Meg was a 2018 horror sci-fi film about a 25-meter-long shark. Sanctions are being proposed by the U.S., Britain, and Canada on Burmese officials as the military junta laid a new round of trumped-up charges against former leader Aung San Suu Kyi. This all happened on the anniversary of the coup, February 1 last year. The 76-year-old peace leader has been detained since the February 1 coup in 2021 that triggered mass protests and a brutal crackdown on anti-junta protesters. It's estimated that more than 1,500 civilians have been killed. The Burmese junta has now charged her with influencing election officials during the disputed 2020 polls. That's all on top of previous charges, including violating the country's official secrets law. If convicted, the Nobel laureate could face sentences tallying more than 100 years in prison. Clouds of toxic smoke billowed over the Laos capital of Vientiane after a fire broke out at a landfill over the weekend. Authorities have yet to issue a comment about the cause of the fire. Smoke blanketed the skies in and around surrounding district, causing locals to complain about the stink over the weekend. Many also complained about respiratory issues and stinging eyes as a result of the haze. And also in Laos, 4 people were arrested during the second largest seizure of illegal drugs in Laos, police north of Bokeo, with authorities reporting a haul of 36 million methamphetamine pills, a total weight of 590 kilograms. The raid occurred 3 months after officers in the same area stopped Asia's largest ever haul of methamphetamine pills in a beer truck. A total of 55 million pills were seized in that case. Thailand has never had a seizure of such a huge size, although the amphetamine tablets were thought to be headed there, while the ice, officially referred to as crystal methamphetamine, was bound for higher value markets such as Australia. Laos is part of the Golden Triangle, stretching from Myanmar to Thailand, and has long served as a crossroad for Southeast Asia's rich narcotics trade. And now for a quick update on the COVID-19 situation here in Thailand. The CCSA has reported 7,422 new cases of COVID-19 with 12 new deaths. According to the latest report, there are currently 83,014 in care and 8,715 released from care within the past 24 hours. And that wraps up the morning news for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep up with all the latest news around Thailand and the region. Also, click on the boxes here to watch Tim and Jay in Good Morning Thailand and also Thailand News Today this evening with Jet Gunther. I'm Natty from the Thaiger. Have a beautiful, happy Chinese New Year. สวัสดีค่ะ